Good morning. Good morning. Save that. All right. So let's flip out here to Thinkorswim. So right now in the micro floats, we have TBLT drop 22%. Good morning, Donnell. TBLT took quite a bit of a dip. PEGY also going back. Man, yesterday on that trade on QH, I just really believe that QH could get on out of there. But yeah, I'm just something about those stocks that are heading back to $1. They look so tempting because they're cheap. And I bit the bullet too many times, man, going back towards $1. But those are pretty much my the last what 8 or 9 trades, those were the losers. The ones going back towards $1 or a sub dollar range. I was like, I wanted it so badly, but you know, things happen. Plus, I ended up not taking profit right here on this. Came down on this little candle here on QH, and I was watching it and I was patient. Came down again, and I was like, okay, you looking good, and it made a higher low here, and I was like, okay, now I'm interested, and I got in right as it crossed that 165, and it pumped up back to the 177, and I just did not take the profit, and it continued down. But I was like, oh well, man. Let's see what this. Okay. Yeah, but yeah, that was yesterday's trade. That was a nice little. I got in at 165 with 300 shares, and it went up 10 cents, so that was $30. But I mean, I just didn't take it. Didn't take it. And plus, not only did I not take it, I was angry at myself for not taking it. And I tried to take another trade at, let me see. I think it was on this one. When it came back into this indecision, when it came back to 165, I got back in on this next hour. And it still didn't want to go. So I was like, I'm just going to leave it alone. If it doesn't want to go. And it did actually come down to the point where I was looking at in the morning, but it just didn't get down there fast enough, which was the 150 test. And it came down there during the end of the day, and it just didn't have time to do any kind of ripping with the catalyst that it had. So it only went up from 150 up to the 168, but that's okay. Request from who? Okay, that may be a problem. We'll get it. All right. But yeah. Donnell says, LOL, yeah, bottom fishing got me yesterday. I learned to be more careful. Yeah, man. I don't know. It's like anything going back towards $1 is what really gets me. The things that are like $3, $4, $5, up to $10, they usually give a good bounce because they can give that range. But that $1, man, something about it that I need to stay away from. Back over here, I did make some changes over here. Um, I have the sub dollar again, and really, I don't trade sub dollar, so I just really want to see what has a whole bunch of volume and make sure it's not on some crazy news in the sub dollar range. So it's gonna have to reach 25 million to even pop up on this scanner. This other one is the percent gainer. Of course, anything over 20% will pop up here, whether it has volume or not. And I have it to sort by volume, so whatever is the highest volume we'll see, and we'll keep up with the news on those as well, because sometimes things don't get traded, but then the next day they'll get traded on some good catalysts, and you'll miss them because they just don't have the volume to come up on your scans. Let's see. So today we got MSTR, we have INM, Poly. Oh, 4,000 something percent. That doesn't look too good. Not a lot of action up there. Low volume. BBG, Digital Brands Group, had news on 2 days ago. TIRX, Huddy, still down there playing around. SNES, PEGY, Beat is up here. The one that had the heartbeat drug, so we can watch that. BEAT, and see what kind of action comes from that one. Has looks like 500,000 shares traded. Had a high up here of the 459. Resistance. Let's see what else. And we already got TBLT. Now for the top volume movers, we have looks like nothing but high floats up here. BABA, Tesla, Amazon, DWAC, RLX, TGT, PFun, Grab, VTRS, and CCL. So no low floats on this scanner as of yet. We'll see if Beat can catch up with some things. Beat has a little bit of news as well. Heartbeam patent for 12 lead electrocardiogram ECG smartwatch based monitor intended for detection of heart attacks and complex cardiac arrhythmias. Okay, so they got their smartwatch there to monitor that. But what kind of news is down here? Let's see. Cardiac technology. Any new things? The breakthrough inventions protected by this patent enable our proprietary 3D ECG technology to be built into a smartwatch, eliminating the need for a dedicated ECG device while offering a 12-lead ECG compatibility, enabling heart attack and complex arrhythmia detection, says Heartbeam CEO. Any other good news? This patent may prove to be one of the most valuable patents in our rich and growing patent portfolio. Okay. Well, that news is okay. I mean, we'll see. It is a low float. It is coming on up the list here. We'll see what kind of competition it will provide for. It may be the top mover behind TBLT in the low floats that can give us a little bit of range. But we will see. Oil is back off the 90s, back down to the 85s. And so what I was noticing on Thinkorswim, I took my 15-minute off of this one because Thinkorswim and Street Smart Edge 15 minutes are in sync. They look the exact same. But Thinkorswim hour chart and the 30-minute chart are different. The hour chart on Thinkorswim stops on every like 8, 7, 7, 8, 9, 10. The hour chart on Street Smart Edge is 7:30, 8:30, 9:30. So it's the 30s. So I keep both of those on just for comparison's sake to see what everybody is seeing from both sides. Yeah, so if you see a difference like on my hour chart here, actually, is this hour open yet? Yeah, it is. Let's go to Beat. So like this, and let me go pull up Beat on the other one. So this is the 30-minute chart. This is the hour chart on Beat. And then if I switch over here, you can see these are on TOS. And then if I switch over here, this is what Beat looks like on Street Smart Edge. It's just one big downwards candle because the 30 hasn't been hit yet. So at 9:30, this hour will end. But yeah, I just like to compare and contrast them. Looks like it has a little bit of resistance here at the 430s on TOS. But then I look over here on Street Smart Edge. I don't know where the resistance is as of yet. It's just been kind of pushing down. So we'll do those levels and kind of cross compare. I was noticing that on some of my analysis there. They are still Poly. But we will see. We definitely got beat up there. I'm gonna go ahead and clean up QH. I'm gonna take that off. That's not even in the competition today. TBLT is not something that we really want to touch. Definitely getting some momentum going down. I don't think the news is great on it. Let's see. They are doing a $7.5 million private placement priced at market under. Wait, it disappeared. Priced at market under NASDAQ rules. Tugboat industry. Okay. So do they have a specific price that they're going to though? Yep, exercise price of $2.35. So it's at $2.52 right now. So I would not touch that with that price being the exercise price. It can just go down, you know. So TBLT, gonna go ahead and clear that one off. PEGY, probably gonna clear that one off too. Anything else that we can watch? Oh, let me go look at my old watch list here. All right, so energy 14 confirmation, Rumble just holding up those 10s. Let's see, sober. Let me go and see if there's any IPOs opening up today as well. Looks like all the high floats are nice and red as of now. Let's see, Hibbett Sports, Rivian, Plug, Intel, Amazon. Just taking that midweek break. This is a nice hump day. AALI. Okay, so let's go and look at EPAL, Nero. Okay. Nothing there. Let's go look at these where are IPO list? Okay, so today, what is Jewel? JEWL. We're a high-tech diamond company that uses proprietary technology to produce high-quality single crystal diamonds and diamond materials. Trash. All right, let's go into earnings. Wednesday, November 16th. So we got a couple of them popping out with earnings tomorrow. Nvidia, Cisco Systems, Target. Let's see what else. Or no. This is last year's report date. So around this time for these stocks, Nvidia, Cisco, Lowe's. Let's see any other notable mentions in here. Sonos Inc. Rata Electronic. Okay. Let's jump back over to Yahoo Finance. Target earnings missed by a mile. Stock tanks and pre-market. So Target, let me go look at Target. Target, oh my gosh, dropped from 180 down to the 150s. $30 loss on that ticker. Okay. Genesis Trading suspends stock futures. And I just flipped over here to TOS real quick and looked at this thing. Closed up around the 178 in its opening. Look at that drop. 150.89 all the way down here. $30. US to see highest Thanksgiving gas prices ever on record. Oh boy. Well, time to get that those electric vehicles out, right? What's up, Daniel B? Oh nah, man, Daniel B, you got that title. You got that title. You know, you're sitting on your racks, man. I'm trying to get like you. I'm trying to make the market my lapdog. Man, this dude absolutely ran. This dude that was over the FTX thing that dropped. Oh my gosh, he tried to run. I think he tried to go to like Africa or something. He was trying to get out of the country. But I mean, he did, you know, people lost billions. So, except this guy. This guy's still okay. Dow joins. Why do people invest in crypto? Ha. Partly partly fraud, partly delusion. That's one of the older guys. He's probably worth like a couple 100 million. Nvidia is under the microscope ahead of earnings. Let's see. Elon Musk lost millions over the blue check, the $8 blue check fixation. That was a couple hours ago. Let's go to some more recent news here. It's 8:17. Latest news here. Dell reaches a $1 billion lawsuit settlement. Hmm. That is quite hefty. Lawsuit accusing it of shortchanging some investors in approximately $24 billion transaction where it returned to being a publicly traded company. In regulatory filing on Wednesday, Dell said the settlement is subject to approval by Delaware Chancery Court judge and will be reflected in its third quarter results. It said insurers may pay some of the settlement amount. The disputed December 2018 transaction related to Dell's interest in software maker VMware. Dell paid $14 billion in cash and issued 149.4 million Class C shares in exchange for all outstanding Class 4 or Class 5 shares. Actually, that's Class 5. The settlement also covers claims against Goldman Sachs Group Inc., a defendant in the lawsuit, Dell said. So Dell getting hit with that 1 billion, baby. What would you do if you could get sued for $1 billion? Would you be glad or would you be sad? If you had $1 billion, people were like, you know what, I'm gonna sue you for $1 billion. That means you might have what, a couple billion, couple 100 billion. Crypto brokerage Genesis suspends withdrawals at lending arm. Okay. Wait, Wells Fargo, what's that? Wells Fargo starts small dollar loans amid overdraft scrutiny. Poland missile relief dents dollar. Okay. Target cuts outlook, British spy chief. Okay. So we got about 10 minutes to the bell. I don't see any kind of news that's looking really really good out here. But I do know that Beat is giving back everything. So now let's look at the difference between Beat on the 30-minute and hour versus the this is the hour on Beat. It just looks like one big descending candle. But if we jump over here to TOS, hour chart, we can see Beat has those two bars. But either way it goes, I mean, this is a lot of momentum. If I saw this on Street Smart Edge, I'd be like, man, this thing has a huge some huge selling pressure here in pre-market. So either way, I'll be saying the same thing. All right, so let's see if anything else is popping up here. Top volume mover today is CCL. Well, I guess to say a top volume mover above $1. I don't know what's going on in the sub-dollar lands. Yeah, Daniel B, I'm in the same boat as you. Hump day is always weird, man. It's I don't know. Wednesdays be weird for me. Like my statistics are like they're all over the place on Wednesdays. So I don't know. Mondays I usually use for observation. Tuesdays I'm looking for trades. Wednesdays I'm looking for trades, but I'm very willing to size down because especially if they don't have good news that's like good news that came out on Monday that's transitioning into Wednesday, I'm more willing to trade. What's up, Dallas? Dallas in the building. Looking around here on my scans. Top movers. TBLT is dying. What is SN? SNES. No news on today. MDGS says Inventor Technologies signed a letter of intent. That's trash. DBGI, Poly. What's up, Drifter? So are y'all seeing anything? Cause I'm trying to think. From Monday, I haven't seen any like really good catalysts. I think DWAC has been the main thing that people have been playing around with. But other than that, as for low floats and things like that, I haven't seen anything really standing out. DWAC is at $24. It did go up and hit right underneath that $30 level. But ended up coming on down. And I'm pretty sure P-Fund did the same thing because it kind of follows DWAC. Let's see what it did yesterday. Got up there to the 163s and has made its way down as well. So yeah, DWAC definitely down. Let me see if there's any news on DWAC. Good morning, Lori. PDSB. PDSB grinding on up there. Yeah, PDSB, it was a little bit of a chop, but it was going up. But I just cannot figure out a way. The only way for me to trade a chop is to get in low and just hold. Just hold. But at the point when I saw it, it was not low, it was actually going up, so I was like, I can't do it. If it's chopping around like this thing can dive at any moment. So I'd rather take a good position, low risk position, and then just hold the reins than jump into that thing. But it's definitely up around the what is that, 860-ish level. What kind of news does it still have on it? PDSB. We have about less than 5 minutes to the bell. Price target on the 15th. So they moved the price to 16 from 15. Yeah. Had a little bit of earnings, but yeah. Nice little chopper. Yeah, we got a couple days left. I'm expecting some kind. I want some good news to come so I can buy the dip. So I can start swinging again, swing trading, you know? But I just haven't seen anything with good news that carries over. That's given a good setup. Kind of been dead. Only been scalp potential. Cause yesterday I traded QH here. And QH, I was in profit. I saw this thing come down nicely into this little level of the 164, and I was like, man, maybe this thing can test the 150 before it bounces. So it came down here and tested 155, and I was like, that was okay. And so it opened up the next candle. It pulled all the way back up here and made a higher low. And I was like, okay, that's interesting. So I entered at 165. And it went up to 175. I was looking for that break of 175 and a break back up here to this one. At the time the VWAP is at 182. So I was gonna be looking to sell over that 180. That would have been a nice little 20 cents on my share size there. But it just did not want to go up, and I was aggravated because I didn't take the profit there. I mean, it was just $30, but it was whatever. It was a small little move, $30, but I was looking for that continuation up to VWAP, and I didn't take it because I was looking for more. But I did re-enter again at the 165, and it didn't even get past the 174. Or 170s. It struggled at the 170s and can continue down. So I went ahead and got out of that. But yeah, just not enough range there. And you guys didn't see any of that. Yeah, this is what I was talking about. Got in 165. 165 right there on that higher low, because it looked like a nice little head and inverse head and shoulder. So I was like, okay, maybe it can rip a little bit. Broke out, false breakout there, and just came back down. Didn't come back down fast. It was kind of struggling. So, but yeah, went ahead and cut that one. Beat. Finding a little bit of some buying pressure here at the 380s. Let's look over at Beats on the other chart. Store sales, Beat. Beat. Yeah, Beat has less than 20 employees. We got about 53 seconds on the clock here, and I'm thinking people are gonna go for Beat. I'm thinking they're gonna go for it. We'll see. Had a previous high of the 452, so we'll see what happens after Beat fails. Will anything else come up in the low floats? And we'll also keep an eye on the higher float movers. Right now, CCL, VTRS, and Grab are the top volume movers. 16 million, 10 million, 7 million, and then P-Fund is in there, but P-Fund is following DWAC, and DWAC is down, so that one's definitely. And Target also dropped as well, $30. But yeah, let's just see what happens. See where the volume flows. All right, market is open. I'm thinking Beat is where people are going to flow first in the low floats. Has a bottom here of the 375, right underneath the $4 there. Just now hitting a million there, getting a little boost up there to around the $4. But this is the first couple of minutes of the open, so it can still slam. Just want to be observant, especially behind this long sell-off from the 454s. Only up 3% since the open. Struggling around that 4. People trying to sit down on it. We'll see if it can break back under the 390s. So let's see. This first candle, only 275,000 shares traded as of now. Just hit a million shares on the board. It is coming up to be the top mover on the low floats, though, if it catches up with TBLT in volume. And it's already coming to a little standstill there. So the top here was the 413s. Have another top here at the 433. A little bit of resistance here on the 30-minute. See, I see that same resistance up there. Yep. Okay. Well, I guess it's not so different. The TOS's charts gave me the same resistance level as Street Smart Edge. I can see the same resistance level on the 30-minute. But not the hour though. So I can get rid of the 30-minute on TOS. Because these two are the same. The only thing that's different is the hour. So let me get rid of that. Clear up a little bit more. Delete. Now that clears me up even more. Okay. So now all I have over here on TOS is the hour chart and the daily chart. Because I just want to have, if there's going to be a difference, I want to know which time frame is going to have the difference. And for this, it's the hour that I'm using. All right. So I'll keep that there. PDSB, beat, what are you doing now? Still struggling on the fours. Probably going to end up taking a little dump here. Grab is pumping up, GRAB, 11 million shares. It's a little bit higher float as well. GRAB, $3.52. Touched the 330, so 20-cent range right now out of the open with a much higher float. If you're interested in those higher floats, larger caps, but it is cheaper to be a higher float, so it may not give you the exact range that you want. PDSB, DWAC. Yeah. All right. So everything else over here is nice and red. There are a couple holding up a little bit, but no kind of big movement upwards except for grab. So we'll see if grab crashes. TBLT. Beat is now under $4 and headed down into some nice indecision. Has a bottom here of the 380s. We'll see if it can crash that bottom down, but this is quite a bit of a pull down. Get rid of DWAC. PDSB. All right, let's flip over here to our mid floats. SIGA, DWAC red. SIGA came all the way down here to the 949s, but since the monkeypox has kind of disappeared from the scene, it hasn't disappeared from the scene, but the news on it has definitely not been hot. NU, Veil, Coinbase is up a little bit. I mean, just a little bit. Plug, Rivian. Rivian kind of going flat there. ASUN had a bottom around the 15s, but sitting at the 21s now. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So Beat's getting beat up right now. definitely losing in the overall volume game. So now on this hour chart, we got a level of resistance right under the, or right at the $9. Let's see if that continues. Only up 4% on the day now, so I'm pretty sure that's going to be off of people's scanners. Not seeing a whole lot of movers above the, where's my percent gainers? That's what I'm missing. There should be definitely some on here. Okay, there we go. Percent gainers, let's see, INM up 32%. This one's just getting started, volume of 220. News on it, InMed Pharmaceuticals advances neurodegenerative disease program with Natural Sciences Engineering Research Council of Canada. That's up 37%, but very low volume, 200,000 shares on it. Poly going down. These were kind of some jumpers that aren't really moving upwards. But this one's up 19%, INM. Let's see. Check the other news. No news on LaxU. No news on TINV. TIRX. Not really moving as it should. And then Poly. So let's look at INM. INM pumping up there quite a bit. Came back up here to the highs, 366s. May give a little pullback, but needs more volume to compete on the day. May get a little choppy. Well, it's low float. Let me look at what this float is on INM. Float of less than 1 million, so less than 1 million in the float. So this thing can definitely get crazy. Definitely coming on the scene a little bit late, but the news again is InMed Pharmaceuticals advances neurodegenerative disease program with Natural Sciences and Engineering. Let me read a little bit more into this. Funding is wait a minute. The Grant Alliance grant funding is targeting neurodegenerative, blah, blah, blah. Identified 2 lead cannabinoid analog compounds for vivo studies, or in vivo studies. INSERC grant funding supports InMed's collaborative research projects with Dr. Kumar from University of British Columbia. All right. Leader in research, blah, blah, blah. We'll see what that one does. I mean, it's up, but we'll see if it continues. It's up 29% and it's a low float. It has broken over the previous high, which was a 360. So we'll kind of watch it and see what goes on there. Since nothing else that's been moving wants to move anymore. I'll keep my eyes open and see what's going on. Yeah, Donnell, looks like a sit on your hands day. Yeah. TIRX. This thing definitely needs some more volume though. That's crazy how low that volume is. Hope they're not asking for my help. Let's see. All right, so beat definitely breaking down to new lows, creating those lower highs. So not looking great there. 396 is clear clear resistance there. Don't even know if we can get back up to the $4. Beat getting beat to sleep with those 5 employees. INM continue to push a little bit. More and more volume coming in up top here. Wondering when the shorts are going to sit down. Up 50%, 30% since the open. We'll see what these bottoms look like for it. And if this one fails, I'm pretty sure everything else is going to be looking bad. I mean, it's just nothing's really standing out. And this one's INM is coming up to the top of the list here in volume for potential trades. So we got this other little sub-dollar FSRD down here up 100% as well. A little bit of earnings. It missed this earnings, but it's only 20 cents. So it's definitely trading very, very small. So that may be where some of the stupid people went to trade this thing. 38 million shares traded on it. Not my type of mover. INM. Yeah, I just saw that on Drifter. I got it down here, but with the sub-dollar, since I rarely touch them, they have to break 25 mil just to even show up here. So it broke 25 mil and now it's here. I got super high standards for those. Those things absolute trash. I rarely ever touch them. But yeah, they missed their earnings, so I don't know if that would be a good thing or a bad thing. But with it being a sub-dollar, it could probably go either way. It can go up 5 cents or down 5 cents, you know. Okay, anything else popping up here? Not just yet. And INM has won the percent gainer scanner. It's on the top of that one, and it's working its way up to the top of this potential trade. But with that news, I don't know about a potential trade on it. We'll see. DNA, Tesla, PFund, CCL still winning on the day with 31 million, but it's still behind this. This one needs to fall. Why so much volume going down here? It only moved 1 cent, 21 cents. Okay, we'll watch it for a fall. FSRD. So these are the movers right now. FSRD had a little dip down here to 9 cents for yesterday. So I guess if you were crazy enough to buy this thing on a low, this double bottom here, 9 cents, you would have made what, 11 cents? 11 cents there. So, wow. Dallas says out of Airs W. AIRS. Whoops. Nice. Nice. Now Airs, it's a little bit lower volume. Let me look at Airs. It's up 19%. And what was the news on the day? Airs, looking over here on the daily chart. Let me look at this. Back this up a little bit. Looking over here on the daily chart for Airs. Had a nice little descending motion over the last couple of days or last couple of months on the daily chart. Had a gap down, came up here to test this high of the 375-ish. I'll call it 375-ish area, and is kind of getting held up on this gap right now. So we'll see. But Dallas took a W on that one on Airs. FSRD ripping another cent. INM coming on down now, finding a little bit of resistance there. Good morning, Stunks and Chumps. Boy, these messages. I'm gonna have to put this thing on mute. Hopefully they don't need anything crazy before I'm ready for it. Okay. I'll check that later. Alright, anyway, we got our top three. Beat is going to die today. All the way down to the 362s. Has lost all of its all of what would catch eyes. It's a negative 1% change since the pre-market open. So people will definitely probably not be watching beats. I'm gonna go ahead and take beat off, and we'll watch these three: INM, FSRD, and Airs was one that Dallas already traded for a W. Let's see if I can find anything else. And that's one thing. If it's coming harder and harder to find something, it's probably a good indication that it's probably gonna be a sit on your hands day. Because right now I'm just not seeing anything that's sticking out obvious. INM did win the battle over everything else, so it's taking over the percent gain and the potential trade. But I'm gonna have to see that thing come down a little bit. Still not competing with anything on the top volume movers. The weakest thing there is P Fund with 8 million shares, and this thing is nowhere near 8 million shares. But it doesn't really need 8 million with that low float. It's got a float under a million shares itself. So the SPY is something we have not looked at yet. Looking like it's going to retest some of these bottoms. Going back towards the 396 for a possible test here. Looks like on the charts though, let me go to this hour chart. Looks like it's been coiling, has been flat up here for quite a while. When will it have a little relief downwards? Because after this big move up and it's kind of just been going here, when will it have that nice move back downwards to test these levels? Or will it? Target having a little bit of a bounce up. Trash. Got so much momentum down, losing $30 on that stock. It's gotta find a whole bottom. Yeah. Everything looking really, really red right now. Yeah, INM. I saw it on my I saw it on the scans, but I think it's gonna have to dip. I think it'll still give potential, but it's gonna have to dip. Right now, the high on INM on the hour chart looks like it got up there to right around the 425-ish level for a little bit of resistance, and we'll see how it acts under this resistance. 425. How much time is left on this hour candle? Yeah, it's got quite a bit of time, but the 30-minute candle is about to close in about 9 minutes. We'll see how it acts under this 425. 3 million shares traded on it though. FSRD still holding up its little 22 cents. Was this a gap fill? Back to the 21. Let me see on FSRD. Did it gap fill? Because if it did, it's probably going to face some major resistance here. Yeah, that is a little bit of a gap fill over the 21s. But it's such a tight range. You can't even tell what a gap is on this thing. It's so cheap. Had a previous gap here. 20. Whoa. I didn't mean to do that. I meant to draw a line there. Previous gap down from the 28s. So may find a little bit of resistance up there. And it looks like it's already tested right under the 30. And we'll see if it can start falling, man. That thing needs to go down. INM looking like it wants to test up to that 425. Let's see. Will it get the heat? 3 million shares traded on it. Very close to the 425 there. Knocking on the door. Maybe a false break. We'll see though. The way it's moving. Coming up to the 20s, trying to get over those 420s. We'll see if they hold. So if you were a short, where would you be shorting this? I don't think it's obvious yet where to short it because it can continue pushing over that 425. This would be a very dangerous short right here, especially with it being below a million shares in the float. I would definitely wait for it to do a little bit of consolidation. Get tight up here around this 419s. $420s and knocking on the door there. Very small little breakout. This previous high was 423. This one reached 424. 425 holding strong there. Looking on the level 2s, I don't see 425 doesn't have a huge size out there, but these may be spoofed numbers, so maybe a little bit of manipulation on the level 2s as well. There's 425 coming up there. Can they get 425 to hold on the bid? There it is. 425s on the bid. Will this be a false break? 430s. Looking for a big snatch down. If it's going to be a false break, it's got to have a big snatch down here. Headed up to almost 5 million shares. A lot of volume on this one. Yep, looking like it's getting, yeah, okay. So it's definitely blowing the backside of some shorts there. That's why I was saying that would be a bad short area because you don't know. It's not obvious yet. It's not an obvious short. See how it holds that 425 up there. So this high was the high of 446. And we still don't know the extent of this of its powers. 446. Nice trade, Donnell. I tell you, man, I may not be willing, but there's a lot of potential. And that's why INM is on what? My potential scanner. Potential trades. And it's at the top of the list. You know? It's at the top of the list on everything. So it's pretty obvious sticking out, but I like to buy the dip, so that's what I'll be interested in. But if you're willing to play the tops, hey, take that profit. It's going up to 450 now, breaking 450s. Nice, Dallas. Dallas also took some profit on that. Like I said, this one is a dangerous one to jump on short. Well, getting a little blasted there. Okay. Still not a good place to short. Has a top up here of the 458s. Move this up a little bit till we can figure out where it's actually at. The 30-minute candle will close in 3 minutes on this chart, but on Thinkorswim, let me see where it's at. Nope, they're both looking quite the same on the hour. Straight up. Continues to get buying around this top though. First candle, first 15-minute candle had 1 million. This one had 3 million shares traded on it. And looking like it's knocking on the door of the 450 again. Very jumpy. Let's look at these spreads. Spreads are about, what, 5-6 cents. Not a wide spread. Pretty tight-knit spread here. Let me check the daily chart as well and see where a top would be on this thing. Not too obvious on the daily chart of where a top would be. And that's probably why it's getting so much push. There's no obvious resistance up here. Pushing that 450 again. Yeah, Dallas, it's got room. It's definitely got room. It, like I said, it might need to pull back before it retries though. Because it's definitely got range. This candle, this first hour or 15-minute candle went from 3 up to 423. And then this candle went from 375-ish up to almost $1 move there. Around the I would say 460, somewhere up in there. Almost $1 move there. So both candles, big range. Let's see if we can finally see some sizes coming down on the level 2s. Or is it going to continue to push here? Okay, 30-minute candle just closed. Let's see if it will get any kind of downwards motion off of this, or how much downwards motion, or will it just continue to pump higher? High on this candle was the high of the 462, giving a little bit of a dip. So we'll go ahead and adjust this right here to the top, 463s, and see how this holds up. Okay, 450s. Right now, VWAP is looking like the 414s. And it's definitely holding above the volume weighted average price. $450s continue to get some buying around 450, trying to hold there. still is not a good place to be shorting this. Not with this much bullish potential. Just got to chop down a little bit. This thing is a monster. Donnell says, I think $5 is the resistance level per daily chart. $5. Where's that 5? Maybe. It's just not obvious. You know, sometimes we can see obvious resistance where everybody can see and they'll drop their shares there, but this one isn't obvious. This one's scary, especially for shorts. This thing could just blow through everything. So slowing down around these 450s here. Let's see if we get us a little bit of rejection. Of course, shorts want to short at resistance for these moves downward. Maybe it'll test VWAP. That'll be what, a 40-cent win if it can go back down the VWAP from here. But they'll probably wait for this candle to close here though. On the 15-minute. And it's got a couple minutes left. 12 minutes left on the 15-minute candle to kind of solidify a short position. Or solidify a obvious short position. We'll see though. Still not a short position. This is just temptation right now. Just playing right under those 450s. Probably going to snatch some shorts in and then take them a little bit higher for a fake out. Then they'll cover and then it'll go down. Got all their hopes and dreams here. But they ain't ready for it to come down yet. First 5 minutes of that 15-minute candle has closed. And I'm thinking it's going to get back up to those 450s and give a little, at least one more try to the highs. And then snap down. It's collecting those newbie shorts in there. Dallas says AIRS catching some wind. We'll come back and look at that one. Are you short on this? AIRS. Yeah, that was a good short. 383, found a little resistance there. I didn't even getting it's got 1 million shares traded on it. And now it's on the percent gainer list. I finally see it now, but it's probably going to lose its position if it doesn't continue to play up. Little bit higher float as well on AIRS. Let me look at exactly what the float is on that one. Float looking like 8.31 million on AIRS. All right, and this is what I was talking about on INM. Taking those shorts a little bit higher just to fake them so they'll cover. Bringing it back up to that 450 level. Gonna give them a nice little scare here. Looking real nasty for the shorts here. This high was the high of 465, and it's about to looks like it's about to damage some wallets here. Getting up here, let's see what happens past that 475-ish level. Can it jump up there? Touch the 475 and now getting shorted down. So at this point, a short position will be the 450s. If it could come down back down to the 450s on this candle. So I'm gonna put that in there, 450 support here for a short. Right there. Needs to be defeated. And if it does go higher, okay, it makes it a better price for the shorts. We move up to the 475 for a short. So at least this way you don't get trapped in something. And that would also probably be a good stop out if you're long on this position, 450s. But as of now, we'll see what it wants to do. Can it start holding those 470s, or does it want to come down for a short play at the 450? Very, very quick pop up to the 75s once again. Let's watch that 450 come into play, if it's going to come into play. 15 cents to that entry, and then we'll see. All right, so let's see. INM, I'm still saying that 450 is going to be the spot to go short, but we'll see. Floating at the 465s now. If it can get one more push up, I probably push up a little bit, maybe to the 475, but we'll see what it wants to do above these levels. It's kind of grinding up here, which is why I'm getting more and more interested on some short interest here. So this new high moved up here to the 480s, or just about. What was the high of this? 475 was the high on this 30-minute candle. And I'm thinking a break back down of the 450 is going to be that spot to be. That short entries will take over. All right, so here comes the 450 test. This will be the entry, and then after the 450 entry, your out will be that 475. It's a 25-cent risk there, but we'll see what it wants to do. Still holding up that 50 though. Four fifty. Not hit it yet. Got 3 minutes left on this 15-minute candle. 451. Break of 450 will be the entry. But it just can't do it yet. Four 53s. 15-minute closing in less than a minute. Still has not done what we thought it was going to do. So at this point, I'll be removing that stop. Like, yep, 450 did not break down there. Remove that stop and wait for this candle to close up all the way. Should have at least got going down. But it's a struggle right here of rotating shares. Becoming too much of a 50-50 play. So my stop, that entry would have been out of there. It never hit 450. So there's the new open. And now with this new open and this indecision, I don't know which way it's going to go. So I'll just wait and observe a retest of this high. What's this high? This high is the 476 up here. So I want to see a failure of that high and a creation of a lower high. Just taking too much time in this area to be going short. Especially with the 30-minute looking like this. This is dangerous. This thing still has a lot of bullish potential that's not eked out yet. So at this point, the 450 will probably be a stop out for longs. They'll be looking for entries here, but they want to see this thing holding this position for a little bit longer to see if it can go higher above that 450. But at this point, it'll be what, a 3-cent risk on the 450s, holding here like this. We'll see if those longs give it one more try, one more push up. Snapping the 450, but I still don't trust that. Took a long time to break that. I'm thinking it can pop back up. There's the pop back up at the 450, 454s. And now it's tested the 450, and now new longs are in there. And this is what I'm talking about. This is why that short would have gone the opposite way. Let's see how far it goes. Now it'll be a retest of this high, and it'll be a restart of the whole strategy right there. So retest of the 475 is what we will see if it can retest up there. Little bit of resistance right there at the 375s. Let's see if we can get that push. Indecision right now, though. A lot of 61s on the tape. Let's see if we can pop 61 and then get through that 65. '61, '62s on the tape. Can we see 63s? Falling out of the 60s over here on the tape. 58s. Still not obvious enough. I need to see a failure above this a previous high. We got about less than 15 minutes on this hour candle. Just really taking its time. I was like, hey, this thing might be a short, but it may just sit here flat for a little bit. 10 million shares traded on it. Let me look at what AIRS ended up doing. Still sitting there, about 1 million shares on it. Just not competing on the volume on the day. We look back over here on the scans. All right, Dallas. Dallas getting out. Daniel B talking about Rumble. Yeah, Rumble is definitely, I don't know if Rumble's that bad though. Rumble's getting a lot of people. Dallas says, am I using dilution tracker, Cobra, or watching short interest? I'm watching the charts, and I'm watching the watching what's coming on the tape. What orders are actually being filled is what I'm looking at. I don't really have a software to track short interest, but I do know, kind of like what to be looking for on the chart. Seeing the 61 stay there. Can we get a failure? So yeah, I don't use any kind of software. I'm just doing the mental analysis, mental calculations here. Did he get a test up there? Tested back to 473. But yeah, this thing is going pretty flat. Jump over here to FSRD. Finally getting ready to look like it's going to come down. Hit a top of 24 cents. Lost 3 cents now. Beat CMM. All right, so now it is continuing to hit the 50. So it would need a break of the 435 for some shorts to probably take real interest. Because that 50 is kind of playing around. It's kind of just back and forth over the 50, not really respecting it, not trying to get away from it quickly. So let's see if it'll get a break of the 435s here. 438. Got super close to VWAP. VWAP is the 431 and it's pulling back off of VWAP there. Looks like some people are trying to buy there, which means it's collecting longs. So it may be getting ready to dump. Still fairly near the resistance. So can definitely is building potential to move away from this resistance to the downside. But not there yet. The other thing is it's so close to this volume weighted price though. It's only 10 cents away from the VWAP. So is it worth it taking this this trade here for a 10-cent gain on a short, or a, what is this, 30 up to the 74? So I guess it would be better to buy it at VWAP because it's a 30-cent gain back up to a test of the top. But, you know, it's all speculation right now. I really don't like this stock in the way it's moving. It's probably not going to set up the way that I like it. I like to buy the dips, and this is just not dipping. Just not showing me the type of dip I'm looking for. Bulls are in full control on this one. Anyway, we got about 7 minutes on the stream. If you enjoy the content, don't forget to hit that like button. And if you really enjoy the content, you can subscribe. I'm streaming on Twitch and YouTube. It's HH Trader on either one, and you'll find me. But yeah, you can also check out the Discord. We continue to watch stocks and evaluate entries during the day. If I'm gonna take any entries, I'll let you know what stocks I'm looking at on the day and what's looking a little bit appealing. I dropped that Discord link here. Discord. Okay. Drop that Discord link. If you're interested in a Discord community. I'm pretty hard on the stock market. I just pretty much stick around the stock market. We do have another creator that is Ben from Framework Fortune. He does more. He was doing heavy in the stock market, but he has is pretty heavy in crypto now and NFTs. If you want to check out crypto and NFTs, you can check out some of the channels, the other channels in Framework Fortune Home Channel, Framework Fortune Crypto. And we also have the DLA DAO that's being worked on right now as well. If you're interested in learning more about those projects. We also have other creators. You've seen Stunks and Chumps in our stream. She's a moderator. She has her own channel, Stunks and Chumps Gaming. We also have Reliable Rudy. He does market analysis, portfolio building, and he does a lot of in-depth analysis of the larger cap, or I would say mid caps, not larger caps, mid caps. He does a lot of swinging as his style of investing. So you can check out Reliable Rudy as well. We also have the Framework Fortune Media Network, which is a network where all of our content is posted. So you can check out, you can go over there, and anything that's posted on any of those channels will be there. But yeah, that is the stream for today. INM was definitely a surprise. It was not a top mover out of the morning. It just got going. If you were able to get a little bit of money off of INM, you were able to scalp those tops, great. I'll continue watching the market throughout the day, and like I said, I'll update you guys in the Discord. But yeah, that is it for me today. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and watching me not lose money today. And observe and read what's on the chart. Read what the chart is telling me. Shout out Lori, shout out Daniel B, Dallas, shout out Drifter, Donnell, shout out Stunts and Chumps, and everyone else that tuned in, DB. And as always, I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.